All right, contestants, are you about to be ready? All right, here's the deal. So we've got we got 1.5 beginner teams. This is our half. We've got a beginner team down here on the end. And then we've got a beginner team here in this chute. And then we've got 3 intermediate teams. So the intermediate teams, you'll have 15 minutes from the time we say go. You can use the mechanical clippers. The beginner teams, you'll have 20 minutes from when we start. You cannot use mechanical clippers. Okay? The judges are Garrett Thompson and myself. And if we see that needs to be slowed down or challenged more, we'll do that as we go through. So just be kind of prepared for that. So are you guys all ready? Get a thumbs up from every team. You guys ready down there? You guys ready? Ready? Emily, you ready? All right, I'm gonna set this timer. All right, begin. Intermediate teams, you have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. So we talked about having 1.5 beginner teams. So this team here, we actually have a beginner and a junior. So to level the playing field a little bit, Nathan, come over here for a second. Come over here for a second. We're going to level the playing field a little bit. Since we got 2 new ones down there and you've got 1 new one and you're a little bit older, I need you to do me like 10 jumping jacks right now. Now you can go back to work. Intermediate teams, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, so you've used 2/3 of your time. Junior or beginner teams, you've got 10 minutes left. Intermediate teams, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Intermediate teams, when you're done, leave the calves in the chute, okay? Leave the, Heyman, leave the calf in the chute. Just leave the chute. Because we still have these beginner teams that are still competing. Intermediate time is up. Step away from the calves. right, beginner teams, time is up. Step away from your calves. We're going to have just a little bit of discussion and we'll talk through what each team did well, what they can work on, and then we'll name the winners. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk through, we'll start with the beginners and kind of talk through each shoot. So this group down here, which for those of you who don't know is Garrett Hutchison and Casey Ames. One of the things that we noticed about them, they seem to work well together. Several times they stood up and kind of discussed and talked. I don't know if that's because they had a plan and it went awry, or they failed to plan and tried to plan while they were doing it as on the fly. Pretty organized, very safe. Every time we looked, if they laid a comb down, they laid the comb down with the teeth down to where a calf or a kid couldn't step on it, couldn't get hurt. One of the biggest things these guys got to learn is just how to appropriately use product. So learning how to work with adhesive and work with the comb. It's kind of tough with when you got an Angus heifer that's kind of got slick down hair, but there's still some things there to learn and to progress with, but learning how to use those products and use them really well. This team down here are a beginner and a half. They did a nice job on a lot of things. They were pretty organized, very safe. One thing we noticed is they let that calf's head be at a lower level pretty much the whole time. And when you're fitting your calf, you kind of want their head to be in a show position. So you want to tie that head up to where that calf's head's up in a show position. So when I'm working on them, I know that the way they look in the chute is the way they're going to look out in the ring. But you guys did really well. The one thing we noticed, though, you guys were done about 5 minutes early and kind of didn't know what to do with that 5 minutes. So when you get that extra time, you want to go back over that calf and make sure that every detail is covered. But you guys did a nice job too. Today, we're going to call this team here our champions. So appreciate Nathan Mann and Graham Clark for winning. And we've got some gift cards for both teams here when we're done. So congratulations to those guys. The intermediates, so we had 3 groups of them. We'll start down here. These guys are intense. They really get after it. One of the things that we noticed when they're applying leg adhesive, you guys are taking big swipes and kind of applying the adhesive and then trying to comb the hair up. And really what you kind of want to do is you want to start with a dry leg and kind of comb up and add just little sprigs of adhesive and keep working that until that hair gets where you want it. Because if you put too much heavy adhesive on to begin with, it's really hard to get that comb up through that leg. So just a tip for all the kids when you're working with that adhesive, slower is better, and you want to kind of comb that leg up when it's dry and from the start and add adhesive as you're bringing that hair up. Because then you're getting that adhesive all the way down into that leg and it's helping that hair stand up instead of matting it down. Good use of paint at the end. Bentley had the toucan process going there. Did a great job getting that calf painted up. A couple safety concerns, and I know you thought you were going to bring your heifer out, or do we have a steer here, heifer? But you left this bar down here on the ground, so we don't have that kind of safety mechanism in place. But nice job by that team. This team right here did a really good job, and they started out with a really good steer. That helps, right? But they did a nice job. One of the things that we noticed was Ethan did one back leg and Ethan did the other back leg. And typically when you're doing that, you kind of want to break that up in halves. So you want one of you to work the back half of the calf, works the front half of the calf, so that you're consistent. So this leg looks like that leg, and the fronts are all done well. When you get into some of these, you'll go to some of these shows and have 4 or 5 guys, they'll fit a hind right leg all day. But that's guys that have fit together time and time again, and they know exactly what they're looking for. But both of you had a nice result. But typically, if you're working a team like that, kind of break that process up to where the calf ends up looking as uniform as it possibly can. But really nice finished product, really good use of the clippers. You got the clippers out and made really good use of those. And the only thing we saw a couple of times you had a comb on the ground with the teeth sticking up. So just watch that and kind of pay attention to that. This calf on the end, this is a really tough calf to fit. You got all black calves down here. When you get to a blonde colored calf like this, it gets difficult, right? And he's got really good leg hair, so again there, making sure you're combing that through that leg when you're adding that adhesive so it really comes up. But this team here really worked well together. You could tell they had a plan. We didn't see a single time where a safety concern was presented. Didn't use clippers. Probably could have benefited from that. If you use those clippers and you get that a little bit better final product. So as we build towards next year, start adding that to your arsenal. Hey, we had the tip down there to do a tail, but Emily did a really nice tail on this calf too, and that's something that doesn't get done often a lot of times. So really nice job by those kids as well. We're going to call our winners today, Ethan and Ethan here in the second shoot, but it was really close. You guys all did a really good job. I would just encourage you, if you get a spring break or Christmas break or something, go out and fit a calf out in the barn for no good reason, as long as you can get them cleaned out. But practice at home. Go to these, go to an open show, practice your trade. But it's really, you can learn a lot. Really what you learn is working as a team. And I think that's important. But I really appreciate the fact that you guys, the 10 of you kids wanted to come and do this. So appreciate the participation. Let's give them all a round of applause.